She comes down in a mountain. I'm cutting this right off the YouTube.
Okay, that's not part of your set. Okay.
Yeah, he went down. That's a good way to get into this bit. Thank you. These are the people, the morals, values people, the so-called religious people, the virulently, gay, anti-gay marriage, anti-civil union people, and they always get in the most trouble, but the Republicans never have to resign. Bill Clinton, 2-year impeachment. The governor, Spitzer of New York, resignation immediately, replaced by a guy who had more adultery than he did. Republicans, nothing happens to him. Okay, Larry Craig, caught in the men's bathroom of the airport in Minneapolis, and he pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor. He didn't tell the Senate, his family, or the public for 4 months. Then when it came out, he said it was all a mistake, I didn't do anything, I'm not gay, and I'm not resigning, and thank you for coming out today. So the police officer got so upset he released an audio tape of the post-arrest conversation, and it went exactly like this. He said, Senator Craig, you were touching your foot on my foot. And Senator Craig said, no, I have a wide stance. The rest of you people don't get cable? Well, I'm 51, I'm 6'5", and 200 pounds. I have a wide stance too, but I managed to go my entire life without stepping on the next guy's shoes. You're going to get your ass kicked or your ass something. And he said, well, obviously you've given me a sign, and Senator Craig said, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I know nothing about those hand and foot signals that gay men use in bathrooms to elicit sex from other men. The reason gay men do that in bathrooms is because of people like Senator Larry Craig in the first place. And then the policeman said, well, you were gesturing to me like this under the booth to the wall. And he says, oh no, I was picking up a piece of paper. He said, there was no paper there. You were gesturing to me like this. He goes, no, my right hand was reaching down. He goes, and how come I saw your wedding ring? So now, he's still in the Senate, and the Minneapolis airport, every Republican going to the Republican convention in Minneapolis has to walk by the Larry Craig Memorial Bathroom with the plaque. And this one wasn't on the news anywhere. But, I heard about it in a very obscure place. This is absolutely true. The head of a megachurch, the Reverend Gary Aldridge, died of masturbation. Last January, and they didn't come up with the autopsy results until June, and it was kept very secret. Apparently, this is what happened. But not apparently, this is what happened. He put on a scuba suit. He put on a second scuba suit. He put a giant dildo up his ass, and he died of asphyxiation. And it took them 6 months to do the autopsy. Now, I'm no coroner. I've never even watched CSI. But you wheel that guy out, I'll get it in one guess. And we had a condom on the dildo, which is just hypocritical. And there's David Vitter, who had prostitutes, and then these guys, it's not bad enough that they commit adultery, they have prostitutes and they don't have to resign, David Vitter from Louisiana, but do they have to bring their wife with them to the press conference? Hasn't that poor woman been humiliated enough? My wife has forgiven me, and she's standing beside me, and she and I have talked it over and everything's okay. No, it isn't. Look at your wife's face. She's making dagger eyes at you, and she's like winking at the reporter in the front row, with a leopard print skirt on. Yeah, I don't want to get into Mark Foley, because that's underage boys and cages. They let him get away with that for 11 years. That's too sick for even me to talk about. I don't want to get into Newt Gingrich and and John McCain and Rudy Giuliani all committing adultery. Ted Haggard, head of the 30 million strong Christian Evangelical Coalition, was outed by his gay male prostitute because Haggard was too virulently anti-gay rights. And he had other problems too, like getting moral lessons from a hooker. And in Haggard's defense, he said, "I never had sex with the man because I was on so much meth I couldn't get a hard on anymore." Then he came out, and it took me months to hear about this because it wasn't on the news. He came out and he said, "I went to gay rehab for 30 days and I'm cured." I've talked here about regular rehab and Hollywood rehab, where Lindsay Lohan goes in and gets her nails done, fucks the guy in the bathroom, and has a cocktail. Like, gay rehab is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. What do? They strap Haggard to a chair and put a dick in his mouth and give him an electrical shock? And after 30 days, if he likes the shock, he has to do another 30 days. Two more I'm going to talk about, Mark, and then I'm going to go, because there's a special guest, Carrot Top's here tonight, right? Okay, Rudy Giuliani's presidential campaign went down the toilet because everybody that worked for him, like Bernard Kerik and everybody else, it was illegal, mafia ties, stealing money, under indictment. But here are the two worst cases. One of the co-chairs of the Giuliani campaign was arrested with 500 grams of cocaine. He was arrested for possession and possession for sale. And he said, "Oh no, I wasn't selling it. I was just giving it away to friends." Where was this fucker when I got home? No one ever called me and said, "Yeah, it's free today, Doug." And then the worst one, Florida Representative Bob Allen, the Florida co-chair of the Giuliani campaign, was arrested in a men's bathroom at a rest stop off the turnpike for offering an undercover police officer $20 to give him oral sex. So he goes to jail, they bail him out, and they go, "Bob, why did you do it?" And he said, "It's on tape, it's on the record, I swear to God, you gotta watch Countdown with Keith Olbermann. The only news on TV besides E.B. Goodman's Democracy Now!, right?" It's exactly what Bob Allen said. He said, "Well, he was a big black guy, and there were a lot of scary black guys around, and I got afraid." Now you laugh, but that happened to me in Hunters Point in San Francisco. Swear to God, I took the wrong bus. It's late at night. There's these big, huge black guys around, and I got paranoid. And I was like, "Can I blow anybody?"